If you've clicked on this video, then you know that your mind isn't a nice place to be. But this video will give you the guidelines to change it. The reality is you've let your mind become a garden of thorns. Everywhere you step, there's something to hurt you. But it's time that we change that. It's time that we change your garden and make it a garden of flowers, a garden of optimism, of positivity, a garden that serves you and adds to your life. See, to do this, and like anything in life, there is 1,000 ways to skin a cat. But I can only tell you the ways in which I did it. And my method involves 2 steps: consumption and discarding. Discardation. That is not a word. It might actually be a word. Sometimes I come up with new words and I find out that, this isn't a new word. So maybe discardation is a word. But anyways, let's get to the video. Consumption is the easy part. You want to watch, read, and listen to the type of content that makes you think in the way you want to think. If there's a particular person that you watch and you're like, I like the way that this person thinks, watch their content and just consume. Your mind is the sum of the content that you consume. I know this firsthand because every year for a month, I don't listen to secular music. I only listen to gospel/Christian music, and I dabble in a bit of classical music, And in that month, my thoughts are completely different to when I'm listening to Drake, Brent Faiyaz, and Kanye West daily. Radically different. My actions even change depending on the content that I regularly consume. So for anyone saying, it doesn't matter what I watch, it doesn't affect me, you're lying. Or you're too dumb to see. And I think both of them are bad. Now, to discard your bad thoughts, you actually have to be aware of what you're thinking. I know this sounds stupid, but a lot of us mindlessly go through our days. So much so that if we were to ask you what you are thinking about right now, you won't be able to answer. Because I know for a fact you weren't even paying attention to this video. What I did to become mindful of my thoughts, and you may think that this is weird, but for every day, for 30 minutes, I stared at my wall or ceiling and I would write down every thought that came to mind. Even the stupid thoughts like, why is green green? Or I like Hawaiian pizza. Pineapple belongs on pizza. See, a lot of the time, my thoughts were actually very dark, but I had to stay in the cold. I had to suffer. It was freezing.
You gotta stay in the cold. You gotta stay ready. It's gonna be freezing, nigga. It's gonna be freezing. And just know when it's freezing, you doing something. And when you doing something, it count.
Wow. Then a funny thing happens. You don't have an endless amount of thoughts. Like if you're writing down your thoughts, eventually you're going to stop thinking. And you reach this state of bliss. I don't know how to explain it. You only have to experience it. So once I reached that point, I would then look at my thoughts and analyze the ones that I didn't like and replace them with thoughts that I wanted. So for example, if I had the thought that nothing is good in Zim, I'll replace it with the thought that there's many good things in Zim. And every time that original thought came to mind, I would rebut it with the new, better thought. See, you won't automatically change your way of thinking, but the more you rebut the thought that you don't want, the more likely that new thought is going to become your automatic way of thinking. We have developed our way of thinking throughout years of repeating the same thoughts. So it's stupid to assume that, I'm going to change my thoughts. I'm going to change the way I think in one day. You are not. It's going to take a long time. But like everything in life, consistency pays off. So you have to keep at it. You have to keep on rebutting those thoughts. And eventually you will be in a good place. And your mind will genuinely be a place that you enjoy. Hey, look at me. I'm smiling here. Just thinking about my thoughts. Just letting my mind go.